Hi everyone, I'm Kaitlyn and this is my Module 7 reflection. So for the first question, after watching the lecture and reading the articles, describe your thoughts towards online learning at the K through 12 level. Do you think this is appropriate for students to complete online learning, and what parameters should be in place? Do you think that every state should require students to complete an online course prior to high school graduation? Why or why not? So for the first part of that, I do think that in certain situations it is appropriate for them to complete online courses, whether that be medical reasons, where they can't make it to a school. I think that that's still a good way to keep them up to date for when they are able to go back to school. And I just think it depends on the situation all around. And I think that another situation would be if they're learning a lot faster than the other kids in their class and they're just getting bored. You don't want a kid getting bored. So if their parents feel like it's appropriate to put them into online classes, I don't see the issue with it. I also understand the aspect of if a kid is falling way behind and the school district has done a lot of things to keep them up to date and they just don't seem to be clicking with the material. I don't see an issue with parents putting them into online courses as well there. But like I said, I think it's up to the parent in that situation. And then I don't think it's a bad idea for high schoolers to have to take an online class, just because in college I've had to do so many online classes, and even if I am not doing an online class, I'm doing an in-class lecture, it just seems like there's a lot of things that they require you to still do online, like quizzes and things like that. So I don't think it's a bad idea for high schoolers, just because then they know and are able to do better in college. I think to prepare them. And then if they're not going to college, I don't think it's a bad idea, because they still get that technology knowledge that they need in life, since everything just seems to be going towards technology. So with number 2, what did you learn most from the K-12 video and the Lawrence Virtual School brochure? So the K-12 video, I learned that it's a complete online curriculum for students K through 12, and that there are teachers that are online to help you. If they aren't online when you're needing the help, then they say to move on to the next thing. So I think that's a great word of advice, so that somebody's not just standing there saying that the teacher's not helping them. They can move on to the next assignment. I think that's a really good thing to do, especially if the student is needing online. I don't see a problem with the K-12 system. And then with the Lawrence Virtual School, it's exactly the same guidelines as if they were going to school. So the student is able to do everything online, but they can still play sports, and all the curriculum applies to them, all the guidelines apply to them, attendance applies to them. But the only thing that really gives them flexibility is that they have a learning coach or somebody that's there to teach them one-on-one. So I think that that's beneficial, but I also think that they have the flexibility to create their own schedule. If they want to go to school Tuesday through Saturday because it works out better, they can do that. So I think it's a pretty cool system. I think that they miss out on certain things that kids in school would do, like the social skills and stuff like that. But maybe if they can play sports like the Lawrence Virtual School, it'll help with that social aspect. So I was thinking about that. With number 3, describe your experience working with the LMS. Which system did you choose to work with and why? And what did you like or dislike about the system? And how could you use LMS as a future educator? So I looked into all of the free LMS systems, and I don't know why. I usually don't have too many problems with technology, but I could not get the hang of any of them other than Google Classroom. So that's the one I ended up going with. And even with Google Classroom, I had a few bumps. So I was getting pretty frustrated last night about that. I don't know why, but it was saying that my link or my access code wasn't correct. I don't know if I was entering it into the wrong box when I was going back through to check and make sure that it worked. But at least when I posted the URL, it'll go straight to my classroom with my assignments. So that's the one I ended up using. I don't know if I'll honestly use it in the future, just because I struggled with using the other ones and that kind of frustrated me a lot. So maybe Google Classroom if an administrator tells me I have to, but I didn't like the online classrooms, or at least teaching them. Maybe I just need more experience. And that's my Module 7 reflection. Thank you for watching.